Hello, my name is Riley Potts, and this is my audience. And behind the camera. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Langhorne Hotel. This restaurant has been around since the early 1700s and has been a staple in this town ever since. Not to confuse anyone, it was originally a tavern, then a hotel, but now it is later changed to a restaurant/bar, and they have renters where the hotel part used to be. After many owners, names, and renovations, the Langhorne people are very loyal to this place. Okay. Well, in the 1700s, where two popular Indian trails crossed, was the House of Entertainment at Four Lanes End. Later, the Tavern at Four Lanes End. Many changes happened in the vital beginning years. Different owners and names, and of course renovations throughout the years. What started off as 1 story grew to 2.5, and what is now 3 stories. Eventually, the tavern had a new owner by the name of George Acklin, who named it the Langhorne Hotel in 1905. The thriving business gave travelers a place to stay, and of course a stable for their horses or carriages if need be. After World War I, the Prohibition, and the relocation of the Lincoln Highway, they stuck with sandwiches and oysters for a while, not being able to serve alcohol. During World War II, housing was in a shortage, and the federal government wanted the Langhorne Hotel to make apartments instead. This was in order for the workers at local plants to have a place to live. A few more owners, and eventually we reach our current family, the Astas, who purchased the restaurant in 1972. In 1972, Ben and Louis Asta sold their home in Levittown, and with every penny, they poured it into this establishment. With the help of their 2 sons and daughter, they made it into what it is today. 1976 was the last big renovation and created the layout we see today. The restaurant, the bar, and of course up top is where the apartments are. It's hard to miss the towering white building at the corner of the street in the prominent area of Langhorne Borough. Today, brothers Ben and Tom have sole ownership of the Langhorne Hotel and work very hard along with their wives to keep this place going for hundreds of years longer. The Langhorne Hotel is a family. I've worked there for 3 years now. That's nothing compared to some waitresses who are married and who have kids. They've been there since they were 15 years old. Once you step foot in that place, there will always be a job for you. Doesn't matter if it's 10 years later. We fight like family and laugh and cry and make up like family. We have customers that have special seats and special areas they like to stay in and order the same drinks and the same food. And they've been there since the Astas first bought the place in the 70s. The food is good and the people are even better. After the websites I scrambled through and the papers I read from Ben Asta, the most helpful information was talking to the people. The townspeople, the owners, the customers, my fellow workers. The way they talked about this place, it truly is a home, and that's why I think it's been thriving for hundreds of years. The owners are insightful and passionate, and so are the customers. The Langhorne Hotel is the heart of Langhorne and is very historic. This evening, I would like to reiterate my love for the Langhorne Hotel. This restaurant is the cornerstone of the Langhorne Borough and is still thriving today due to the love and immense history built in the foundation of this building. You feel at home when you walk through the doors and can feel the history surrounding you. With me, I have a brief history written by Ben Asta, father of the current owners. Please take a minute to read this whenever you can. Thank you all for joining me this evening.
I have a question. Okay. So you work at the Longwood Hotel, right?
Yes.
So I've been there the past 20 years. I've been there several times. I've actually heard stories that it was haunted. Have you ever seen any like apparitions or any shadow people or see anything move? Anything?
Personally,
scary?
no. But actually, a couple days ago, I was talking with some of my coworkers who said they've been there early or late at night, and they've been hearing things. But I mean, if you've been around for hundreds of years during wars and stuff, there's bound to be some ghosts, if you believe in them, of course. Anybody else?
I have a question.
Okay.
Is there a historical plaque on there, on the building?
Actually, yes. When the Astas bought the place in the 70s, there was sheetrock covering an original fireplace. That fireplace has a plaque when it was built in the 1700s. That still works today. Anything else? All right, thank you.